Welcome to Kinlochleven for the 1996 Scottish Pre-65 trial. As you can see, Ralph Venables is there in person. Where else would he be but the first week in May at Kinlochleven? As with many years recently, almost as many entries have been returned as have been accepted for this annual classic. As we look at the Royal Enfield, the number 9, John Innes from Lanarkshire. Superb selection of machines up in the Highlands, and what is good to see an awful lot of pre-unit construction 350 and 500cc bikes here as well this year. Barry Rogers, motorcycle dealer. As always, the time up to 11 o'clock spent in friendly banter. The superb Triumphs. The Hardy machines. Very standard looking AJS. Number 144. Mike Nicholson. It's a 350. That's Bill Buskell. On a rigid Francis Barnett, a 150cc machine. Another rigid, Big Norton 500 this time. In the background, B40s. That one, Dave Reynolds, number 22. Up from Worcestershire, the BSA Bantam of Alan Wright. The winner last year, hoping to repeat the success. Inside that van should be Trials and Motocross's Mike Rapley. Mike riding both the Pre-65 and the 6th day this year. And something very different, very interesting, Velocet. Don't see too many of those in the trials world. This one looks a very interesting example. Certainly Mike Rapley's taking quite a keen interest in it. Very tidy cotton. Alan Wright in the background just walking through the shot. A Triumph that, this one I think belongs to Jock McKinsky. Number 101, Big Aerial, Keith Sutton's 1957 version. A nice James. And that's certainly a piece of tackle, isn't it? Somebody spent some time and some Salvo Autosol on that machine. A last minute fettling going on. Whether that's under wraps for any particular reason. Machine on the right hand side. That bike was up for sale on Trico stand on Sunday, if I'm not much mistaken. See, weather conditions, dry, quite mild, absolutely ideal for a trial. So it's Off-Road Review, people. Going to be a successful magazine now. Articles from that man, as well as writing in trials and motocross news. $11 start, drawing closer, but people are still coming in. All signs that this will be a huge crowd. 152 entrants. The prize giving due to be held at the Milton Hotel just outside of Fort William, around about 9 to 10 o'clock on the evening. No space to be had in the car park at Schoolhouse whatsoever. Alan Wright's in there though, but he's after a picture with Bob Adamson, one of the organisers of the Pre-65. It's his photograph taken with last year's winning trophy.
Oh yeah, okay. When you win it,
good stuff. There's been some excellent winners of that. Mick Andrews, of course, Dave Thorpe, Alan Wright, Roy Aggo Wilson. This year, though, it's going to be a new name on there. In the background, Joan Westbrook, the only lady rider in the event. The background, see some of the marshals going out. Won't be long now before we get underway. We're in the quiet corner, still a bit of fettling. Walter Dalton, just short of his 70th birthday, but he still knows how to ride a 500 aerial. Blackie Holden that's Clive Dobson. Once again, mounted on his 500 Norton. You see some good rides from Holden during the day as well. Number 1, Ross Thompson. This is the opening section. 1 sub at Schoolhouse, which I see they described in the paper later as an easy-ish opener. Wasn't that easy. Donnie Logan coming to grief. D Jones on his 350 Triumph. Plenty of revs. Andy Johnson on the 408 Royal Enfield. But it's a 5 for him. So there's certainly going to be 1 or 2 people leave Schoolhouse with 5 on the card. Malcolm Cocking, who we would normally expect to see on a Triumph, but today out on a pre-unit BSA. Tommy Leggett ready to mark 2 onto his card. There's Jim Crawford on a 175 BSA. Is the next one through. This looks like Eric Adcock. A 254 dot. And Jerry Martin on a 200 Triumph. The original steel tank. And Blackie Holden. So still a very tidy rider. And a clean. The odd dab there for number 18. Followed up by John Beaumont from Pendennis on a 1964 Tiger Cub. It's John Lee. That rather nice Triumph, John Kendall. Originated in 1964, but much of it a little bit later, I would suspect. Certainly that fuel tank. There's the Velocet. Front wheel high, but out of the ends car. Number 24, John Hughes from Oswestry on a 350 BSA. And number 21, Hamish Eady on a 500 Ariel of 1956 variety. Yeah, I think he's got his clean. This is Tony Peat, well-known Falcon twin shot competitor on this Tiger Cub. It's another Cub, plenty of them about. Ross Thompson, 350 BSA. A few seconds to catch your breath. As Chris Bourne comes to a halt. Roy Varty. Roy will be riding a TYZ in the main 6 days. We'll cross over to Manbreck. There's Jan Pringle on his 250 Villiers. Goes through this change section. Manbreck certainly looking harder this year than it was last. Gerald Martin, that's collector 5 as well. At one time they used to use 2 subs at Manbreck, one down the far side of the path and then part of this one over here. Obviously made this one long, tricky job. As Eric Adcock will confirm, I suspect. John Nicol. And John Lee about to appear. So that fairly well weighed up. Phil Barton. Another regular. Mind you, with the ballot system, if you're a regular, you're a lucky person. Back at Schoolhouse. Jeff Ward. I think the front wheel's safely out, but you've still got to get the rest of the machine up to Tommy. John Dickinson well armed. 2 Nikons this year. Bill Emerson with his Cub. Spectator having to do a bit of nifty footwork. Roger Morris from Stafford Auto. Again Cub mounted. Plenty of legwork, but he's safely up there for a 3. Rob Claude. Dave Reynolds, Redditch in the West Midlands. Probably tell me it's in Worcestershire actually. Martin Adams on a 500 aerial. Looks rather nice, doesn't it? Some nice aerials up here this year. Rob Hignett on a 250 Greaves. Steve Smith on a 350 Royal Enfield. 1958 vintage. Didn't quite get any bite with that back wheel on the exit. So unfortunately 5 for Steve. John Winthrop. Waiting for the OK. BSA mounted. Almost BSA unmounted. Phil Hardy. And to tell you, he's on a Hardy Triumph. Certainly more revs per minute on that. Darrell Glover getting stuck in the stream. George Shorter throws it out. I think the front wheel's out. But was he on it at the time? It's for the observer to decide. 29 is Andrew Arden. 350 AJS. And 51, that's rather nice. Royal Enfield of Carl Bancrofts. Gordon McKeegan. Down in the programme for Royal Enfield, but that's definitely Tiger Cubbish. That's Willie Gordon. Nick Smith on a 1958 aerial. As we go over to Callart and Hamish Eadie. Still plenty of people to see through the first section. Obviously with this film we want to get as many people on there as possible. If you rode, you obviously want to see yourself. Well, I assume you do. Bob Adams from Erith on his Tiger Cub. And Pat Coughlin on another Cub. Probably more of them here than anything else. And nobody's got any sandwich box on the front. It's a long day. It's Julian Wigg taking a look through the section. And Keith Hobson. Mick Grant. And John Palmer. This is Peter Salt. Not one of Peter's lucky days today. Mechanical gremlins, I understand. Immaculate machinery as ever. There's Julian Wigg. Another man who's always got well-prepared bikes. 72, Mark Weston on a 250 James. And just watch this for a slow, deliberate ride as Peter Gaunt shows a superb style. John Miller on a 500 aerial. And another 500 aerial. The special one of Mick Grant's, although it wasn't Mick's day either. Move over the hillside again to Calart. Peter Hignett on his 250 Greaves. Trying to persuade it to the ends card, but it didn't want to know. Gordon McKeekan. Plenty of legwork. It'll get him there. And Ross Thompson. Not sure you want to be reminded of that shot too often. Still, he escapes without a maximum. John Hughes. Dave Reynolds. The general consensus was that the trial was a little bit harder this year than it had been. I know you'll look at the scores at the end of the day and think, well, that looks fairly easy, but it was anything but. Bob Claude again. And Bill Emerson. This is a Belgian gentleman. Nice to see some of the Continentals riding. Roger George on a 500 aerial. Another big machine. Royal Enfield this time. There's Roger George again. Well, we're still seeing competitors go through the first section. Oh, it's late on. It takes a couple of hours to get everybody up and running. It's John Adams. Followed through by Alan Ketley. 350 Beezer. Back with the big stuff. The Matchless of Chris Nutter. That's a 350. Trevor Armstrong. Mid-Antrim Club on a Tiger Cub. Front wheel spindles outside those cards, so he's okay. Mick Driffield. Showing just how you should do it. Yet another cub. Greaves this time, Sean Huxley. And Brian Cottrell, previous event winner. Be riding that machine on the Wednesday trial as well. Alex Fender, that was. Not sure whether he's out or not. No, probably not. Duncan Mitchell, riding the 6th day. Mark Gunson on a 61 350 AJ. That's John Innes, but he should have been through quite some time ago. Why he's late. And Derek Allen, 250 Beazer. As you can see, there have been plenty of fives on this section. .48, another big bike. And now, Matt Chambers. First ride in the Scottish on that special cub. Still lots of riders here at Schoolhouse waiting to get through. Alan Wright, he's still here. Dave Thorpe in the background. Tony Frost on the Bantam. Seen Tony in this event before. Important you start off from exactly where you want to. Still fall foul of the odd dab. Graham Watkin on his 1956 350 AJ. Lovely bike and always well ridden by Graham. Stuart Edgar, son of Norman. And Brian Newbury. Missed out on the ballot in 1995, but very pleased to be back in again in 96. Enthusiastic motorcyclist of many years, and he'll be observing on Wednesday night trial at Lagnahar. Dave Thorpe then, winner of this event in the past. And a very steady clean. John Moffat on the Matchless rode this machine last year. It was the first time he'd ever ridden the bike. It's like Walter Dalton. Rob Coleman on his 350 Matchless. A 1947 machine, and to be honest, it looks a bit of a handful. That's Peter Mitchell, heading for a good result. No messing about. Rob Hirons, another man who manages to get his entry accepted most years. I think that was Barry Rogers by the look of it. But we certainly know who this man is. Alan Wright. The Trico Trials Products man. Certainly seems to have the Bantam running well. I know it was being fettled a few days before the event. Barry Allen. And we'll cross over to a few sections further down again. So after Schoolhouse and Manbreck, it was 4 sections at Callard, 2 sections at Lochiel House. They went down Grey Mares Ridge. We obviously haven't got there yet, but from there they'll be going to Lochiel Path for 6 sections, Lochiel Moor 2, Blackwater, and then over to Pipeline and Bridge End. Riders have got a time allowance of 5 hours 30 minutes, and some of them will need every second of it. Distance total to be travelled 25 miles and 26 sections in total. I'm often told, however, that the going between the sections can sometimes be harder than the subs themselves. Ivor McCallion. .250 Sprite, just to be rested upon the floor for a few seconds. David Coughlin to follow him through. Move across to another group. Tony Pete. And John Palmer on his 250 Cotton. Palmer, a member of the Tweed Valley Club. Riding well. Is that man on the Velocette? David Morris. and Joan Westbrook. Nice ride from Joan. Not sure what her comment was there. Albert Huygens, over from Belgium. And Graham Watt. Not so far to travel, Lanarkshire Club member. This is P. Edwards from Sittingbourne. Duncan Mitchell. Not Dave, as they'd got him down in the programme as. But Duncan will be riding a TYZ in the 6 days, along with his father Peter, who we've seen a few minutes ago. Matt Chambers in the background there, sitting things out, watching what's going on. Maybe his first Scottish, but he's absolutely determined to try and win it. Derek Allen, this is. Hope that was out of the ends card. Nick Smith on a 1958 500 aerial. Those knees working. And Phil Hardy. Chambers still watching every move. Keith Sutton on a 1957 500. Maurice Newsham on one of the smaller 250 Greaves. And Harvey Nixon. Harvey rode Saturday, also rode to good effect on the Wednesday night following. The Wednesday night trial was a huge success, but quite tricky for a pre-65 brigade. And Chambers makes his attempt. We know he's going to be clean, but just watch the way he hops out of this section. The forks work quite well, don't they? This is Graham Hardy. Another triumph, but a much different variety and approach. Jeff Brooker. 175 Bantam. Then the other end of the scale, we get to the big stuff. Andrew Arden on a 1963 AJ. Lovely looking bike that is, isn't it? Back with the small two strokes, Alan Wright. Things not going quite to plan this year, though. And a bit of a rueful grin from Wrighty. No repeat win on the cards this year. It's all gone now. John Adams on his 350 Triumph. Going back to Wrighty, one thing's for certain, he'll be back next year. As a previous winner, he will qualify for an automatic entry. He'll be trying hard again, I know that much. That's Maurice Arden. 350 Royal Enfield. And this man who just toddles around, very neat, economical style. Watched there by Mike Rapley in the centre of the picture. Mick Grant, another one who's not having the most successful of days. That's by his own standards, of course. And we'll move across to Lochiel Path. There's Jan Pringle. That's Phil Barton, Seaton Devil Club. Blackie Holden and Eric Adcock. David Craig, and that looks a bit of a monster. The size of those crankcases. South Liverpool's Chris Bourne. And Roy Bibby. As you can see, the weather not wonderful just up here at the moment. People wrapped up. As Jim Crawford goes through on the Bantam. And John Kendall. Hamish Eadie. (1956) 500 aerial. There's a bit of a cool wind up here at the moment. We've got some really good views, but it can be trifle on the cool side at the same time. Tony Pete. heading for a top class award today. If Pete would lose 16 marks, a respectable score. It's Darrell Glover. David Elrington. And Bill Emerson. Sean Huxley. So we're right at the top of Lochiel Path. It's the place we'll see plenty of photographs from in the specialist press over the coming weeks. Ian Watkins on his cub. I've seen him once or twice today. As the sun starts to come up, come out. The sun's been up for a number of hours now, but it doesn't feel like it. Trevor Armstrong, a number of members from the Mid-Antrim Club riding in the event. It's another one, Ivor McCallion. Chris Nutter, very standard looking machine. Roger Morris from Stafford Auto. Roger was telling me that he's only been riding for about 4 years, so he'll do well to finish today. He was pretty determined. Roger George, Belgian rider. the view you'll get. Make the trip. Well, if you're going to drop the bike, you might as well do it just a few yards outside of the ends card, mightn't you? Maurice Newsham. John Dickinson keeps getting in this shot. He must know exactly where to stand. But Duncan Mitchell takes a much quicker approach. Which he can't wait to get to Blackwater. Philip Neal, that was. Couple of dabs. Nick Smith from Otter Vale. Once again, the Velo seem to have featured this once or twice today. Alex Fender. From Perth. Mark Weston's 1964 James. It's a nice, easy, steady line, producing the right results. Derek Allen just requiring a bit more body lean, but still a successful ride. It's Graham Hardy once again. And Keith Sutton. Right, cut across to Pipeline. See some of the early numbers through. Obviously the final ones at Lochield. There went Jan Pringle. Difficult to get a good line for filming on Pipeline. It's so narrow and spectators tend to jump in and have a look to see how they get on the top section, but we'll manage the best we can. Lochiel Path is away over on the right, and centre, right at the top of the picture, Mammoor Lodge. Interesting machine of Willie Gordon. 500 Triumph Greaves. Half interested spectator. As Peter Hignett makes his ascent. The 3 subs here at Pipeline. Might not look too difficult, but it's a long section. The rocks can move. Once things start to go from underneath you, a bit like Lagan in the Scottish 6 Day. Very easy for it all to go wrong. Malcolm Cocking and Eric Adcock. Whether those are the widest pair of bars in the trial, they certainly look as if you've got a bit of leverage with them. Oh, is it a case of not having turned the petrol on? That's a shame. He's going well. Blackie Holden. Holden would finish well up. Loss of 15 marks only. Very respectable ride. Manu didn't end up at the top of the results, but superb effort throughout the day. Bill Buskell. Just watch this thing keep going. It's only a 150cc machine. Rigid at that. Just have a really soft engine. Good stuff, that. John Nicol. And D. Jones will have to remain formal, as didn't have his Christian name in the programme. So there will be Gordon McKeekan on the smaller Triumph Cub this time. Again, very different line of approach. Jim Crawford. The BSA that started out its life in 1964. This man's about to make a good attempt. John Lee on his 350 BSA. Though we can't see him, just listen to the crowd. Plenty of encouragement. We'll just pop back for a few minutes to top of Lochield. Eric Kitchen still up there with John Dickinson. See where all the money is. 4 cameras between 2 of them. That dog looks as if it's almost going to blend in with the background. It's camouflaged. Matt Chambers. Still clean. Stating the obvious, really, he remained clean all day. John Green on his 350 matchless. Robert McKee. Graham Watt is running a bit late, number 38. Should have been here quite some time ago. Main thing is he's still there and running. Alan Ketley. Back to some real heavyweight stuff. Mark Gunson. Duncan MacDonald. And Joan Westbrook. We go back to Pipeline. There's John Hughes. Goes pretty well. Right, needing a few feet down towards the top. John Kendall. Forceful attack. Yep, successful stuff. Hamish Eadie. See most people going round to the right rather than straight over the step. There was an option. Oh, and just a few yards short of the ends car. That's a shame. See how Sean Huxley goes. Again, resorting to leg work just at the end. John Palmer follows up, but 5 in that third sub for Palmer. Steve Smith giving it the charge. Bit of an ooh-ah at the end, but looks as if he may have got out. It's Jim Cunningham. Southern Classic Club. So that's the step on the left there that you could go straight over if you feel confident. We're going to have to change position in a minute. Across to the other side of the section, see Tony Pete. It's a long walk up these 3 subs. Any assistance gratefully received. Was you trying to give him a hand or a quick prod? Pete goes down, just 2 subs remaining at Bridgend by the aluminium works. These didn't cause too much problem last year, but they needed to be cleaned for Alan Wright if he was going to take the win over Wayne Braybrook, who was riding an ex-Jim Sandiford BSA last year. Newsham has a superb ride. Ross Thompson, starting number 1. Somewhere in the middle of the field now, though. Whoop. I dare say that'll be credited as a 5. Definite stop with both feet down. Not sure who this chap is. He's got his number obscured, but this is one of the storming rides of the day. It's the old Arthur Browning maxim, isn't it? If in doubt, flat out. John Hawthorne, club mounted. Sunshine's come out. Late afternoon. There's Chambers in the middle of the section. This is an interesting one. That front wheel, I know you've got to keep them light, but that's taking it too far. It was all a bit exciting on a big aerial, but he was soon up and away again. Chambers still there. Roger George. Well worth his trip from Belgium. He's going to have an excellent finish. Just the 15 marks lost. I do him an injustice, it was 14 marks lost. So he was there for a first class award. Trevor Armstrong giving it plenty of leg work. Oh, just short, I think, of that ends car. That must be pretty frustrating if it was. Derek Allen. 64 250 VSA. Just didn't want to make that last section. Comes Chambers, has looked at it long enough. Knows exactly where he wants to be, though he goes a little bit out of shape towards the top end if you watch, which he admitted later was not quite his intention. Just gets thrown over towards the right. But he was out before that foot went down. P. Edwards, another one we're going to have to be slightly formal with on his aerial, but 5 on the third. Robert McKee going well up to this point, but just runs out of steam and off balance. He doesn't seem too upset. Philip Hardy, full charge on the twin. And Alan Wright. Disappointing day for ATW, but he makes a really good attempt here at Pipeline. Julian Wigg is enjoying the day. Peter Mitchell. Having a really good day. Going to end up on 8 marks lost. It always goes well in this event. First time though for Len Hutty. The results from the 1996 Scottish Pre-65 trial. Thanks to the organising Edinburgh and District Motorcycle Club. Congratulations to all the competitors for making it a superb day out.